Hello, my name is Sean, and I'll be doing a tutorial on Turtle Robot. So, before I even begin looking even at this manual page, we'll go over a close look of commands here. So, there are, mm, there's 3 different unique commands, but I like to say there is 5 different types of commands, almost likely. So, to do so, I'm just going to draw on here. And let's make sure I got big enough size here. That's a good size. So FD, followed up by a number, means going forward in a direction that many times. So forward A, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots in a specific direction. Then you'll see something called LT 90 degrees. LT 90 degrees will make sure that your facing direction is now turned 90 degrees counterclockwise. So now you're facing this direction. So let's say I went FD8 and then I did LT90 and now I'm going to go FD4. So I'm going to go forward in the new direction that I'm facing, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this command, LT90 command, is basically just me turning around in that spot, at least counterclockwise, 90 degrees. And there's one other spot where it makes you turn around completely, which is LT 180 degrees. Then we'll also have a different command. I don't think I'll ever see in here. There's RT90s in different degrees and whatnot. So here's RT90. RT90 means turn your direction that you're facing right now 90 degrees clockwise. So instead of moving counterclockwise like I did with LT, I'm gonna move clockwise. So if I do forward 8 now in the new direction I'm in, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so this is the RT90 command. And sometimes you get these commands, which is your followed up with RT or LT. Then you get your degree angle here, which is 90 or 180. Sometimes the directions you can move is 30 or 150 or 120, but I'll get to those later. And sometimes you get these weird ones where you have 3 parameters, such as RT, 180, and finally a singular number, which is going to be 6 or 4. So, to explain this, I'm going to go back all the way over here in this spot, facing in this direction. So, what RT 184 means is going in the right direction, in this right motion direction, we're going to create a circle with a radius of 4. So, circles. So what a radius is half a diameter. A diameter is the entire, I would say, width of the circle, or length of the circle, whatever you like to call it. So this would be a diameter of 2. I know it's a very poorly drawn circle, but this would be a diameter 2. So a diameter 4 would be something like this, and this will have a radius of 2. So, for a radius of 4, we need to double that. So it would be something like this, this, and this. And over here, and finally over here. With a diameter of 8 and a radius of 4. So this is the type of circle that we're going to try and draw here. Other thing is, we'll also have a degree, which will either be 90 or 180. So 90 means you only take a quarter of that, which means you're going to only take a quarter of this circle, which is going to be right here. If it's 180, then we're going to take half of that circle. So all of this right here is half of it. So this is the circle that this is the curve we have to draw. So going RT to the right, let's see, here's my my radius radius, my diameter's right there. So going in this way, I'll be left with something like this. And if I were to go forward, let's say 3, I'll go in that same direction. 1, 2, 3. So it acts like two different things. One, it acts like a drawing tool that I'm making a curvature, and two, it makes me change in the new direction that I'm going towards. Pretty sweet. So now, what we have to do, after teaching you all that, and of course there's LT and some 180 and 4, or let's say LT 90, and that's RT 94. Let's find LT. Sometimes you get these LTs. I'm guessing I'm not getting any. Sometimes you get LT 90. Let's make it 2. So starting from here, our facing direction is going up. So we would have to draw 1/4 of the circle with a radius of 2. So here's my center here, and here's where my endpoint would be. So LT 92 would be going to the left of the circle, and our new facial direction will be going this way. So if we go forward 3, we go forward 3 like this. So after explaining all these rules, so what do we do here, Sean? Well, we have to figure out what this turtle is trying to draw. And it could be any of these shapes right here. So, and these shapes, may I add, can be rotated, mirrored, and such, or scaled, which I believe it is being scaled. And this code will contain 3 bugs in the form of extraneous inserted instructions. I'm going to use the arrow keys to go through these lines of code and come out any bugs using the, I hate calling this, but okay, yeah, I can say, using the # or the hashtag key, but I call this the comment out button, which basically allows you to comment out bugs. So let's figure out what shape our robot is trying to make. Let's start with something simple. I can tell right now by doing this, it's gonna rotate LT 150. Say if I was facing in this direction, forward direction, need to rotate 150. Be more than this, it'll be something more like going down, and I go forward 4. So something like around here. Except this is a scaling of 2, because I know you'll see a bunch of 4s, 4, 4, and then you see some 6s, some 8s. Of course, none of them being 2, but with 4 and 6s, the only the greatest common denominator right now is 2. So from that point on, I can probably tell, okay, so it has a great common denominator of 2. So I can go, let's see, if I just go up here, this will be my starting point, I guess. I'm gonna rotate 150, so I'm gonna go here, and then down here, we're gonna go forward 2, boop boop. I guess something like that, something close to that. Then we're gonna rotate 180 degrees, which means, I bet you that's a bug, but we'll keep continuing. So the next one is rotate RT 120. So we're gonna rotate clockwise 120, and then we're gonna go forward 4, which is basically just forward 2. Next, we're gonna rotate 150 this way, which means we're now facing the downward position if I'm looking at this, because we're up here. We're gonna rotate 150, so 150 plus 120 is around the same average as 170 or 180, whichever you like to call it. And so I'll be facing more like in a downward position. So doing that, yep, and I have to rotate 90 degrees So I'm facing down. I need to go right. But that's also a bug. So let's see. I'm facing down here. I need to rotate clockwise. So this would move me from here to, let's see, a radius of 2. So it'll be ending right here. So like this. It's close to that. So like that. Then I have to go forward 4 or 2 in this case. So go in this direction. Then rotate 90 degrees, so I'm facing up. Then I gotta go up 4 because 8 divided by 2 is 4. Next, we gotta do RT 186. So 6 divided by 3 is, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Radius is a 3, so end goes right there. Right there. Then we're gonna go forward 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then rotate 180 degrees, and then so we're facing up now. Now we're gonna do 180 with a radius of 2. So facing this way, we gotta go to the clockwise direction. So this will lead us up to here. Next, we gotta rotate LT 90, so we're facing this way. Then we gotta do a 1990. RT 94, which is going to be something close to this, which basically we just ultimately do something similar like this. So we were facing this way, and then we had to do an RT 90, doing a clockwise motion while doing the curve and whatnot from this certain direction, so it leads us down there with a radius of 2. Then we gotta rotate 150 degrees counterclockwise, and so on and so forth. Do 40. Let's see. LT. Let's see. Counterclockwise. I would be facing somewhere like this. Of course, I can scroll over here. We go up 2. I'll skip that because I know that's a bug. If I comment it out, you see I know that's a bug. Then the 120 RT, so I'm facing down. Then 1, 2. Then facing all the way back down, or all the way up in this case. RT, RT4. And you see we've basically made a pass here. So we're facing all the way up, and we gotta do 100, which is gonna be 2, which is close to that. Alright, so what is our cost assessment of this that we are currently looking at? Well, we know for a fact that there are two 150s with massive curves right here in between each one. Well, and then there's also this curve, and you also have this kind of round pattern-ish. Just ignore that. So my guess here, it's trying to do this rose or tulip or whatever type of flower you like to call this. As you can see this triangle shape with 2 round symbols right next to it. Then you have this kind of long flat surface, which is right here, and then the big round bottom, which is right over here. So what is our job here? Well, our job is going to try and figure out the bugs. So we know we just ended our journey right here, 100, right, LT 150, so we just ended somewhere right around here. Then we're going to RT, so we're facing up, RT 94, which is this angle here. But it seems to me that this is also extraneous, because the first move after RT 94 should be, we should go RT 90 degrees from this point on. So that way we're facing downward instead of facing in the same direction. So we're going to comment this out, which is a bug. So we're going to rotate 90 degrees clockwise, which we are. Then we're going to go down, well, in this case 4, so we go down 4. Then RT 180 with a radius of 3. And if I'm looking like this, yes, this will give us clockwise motion. So we're going down to the up position. So now we're right around here. We're going to go up 4, which is good. Then RT 180. Let's check if that's right. So we're facing upside down here, and then we're going to do RT 184. Well, if I was facing this way, I would rather, let's see. $180, huh? Something doesn't look right. So I went forward 4, and now I'm facing it upside down. And then we have this RT 184. That's not the right thing, is it? Because this is only a 90-degree angle, not 184. So if I comment this out, this should be the last bug I need to comment out. Because if I look closer, RT 180, we're facing down, and if I comment this out, LT 190, so going counterclockwise, counterclockwise 90 degrees. Now we're facing this way, and our next direction is RT 90, so facing in this way, 1994 with a radius of 2. We're going to go this way. So this has to be our last and final bug. And that's a soft module. Now, how to identify them? Well, there's obvious situations, such as me drawing it out. I can definitely tell it was a flower just from these big long angles here. This little kind of crown shaped like thing with the little curves on the side of it. It definitely looks like a flower. At least to me, it looks like a flower. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to do all this. Alright, and we'll figure out what our next image is. So let's figure out our greatest common denominator. Well, he knows we have a 150, which doesn't seem to affect much. Interesting. Those two might be bugs. But our greatest common denominator, if I'm looking hard enough, it's 4, because most of it's just 4. So we're just gonna do 4. So we're gonna start right here with forward once. Then we're gonna rotate 9 degrees clockwise. And then we're gonna do an LT 91. So a radius of 1. We're gonna end right there. I know that's kind of crap. I can't draw circles worth my time. There we go. So that's going to end us right there if we're looking at this way. So now we're looking up that way. Then RT90, we're looking back this way. Now we're going to go forward 4 because 16 divided by 4 is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And rotate 30. 30 degrees. Okay, so we're rotating 30 degrees. And then, so 30 degrees is a little bit underneath there. So now we're going to go forward 140. Forward 4. Just going to bring us right over there. Next, we're going to rotate 120 clockwise, which is going to bring us down here. I bet you this is the bug because I can already tell what we're trying to make. From this image, can you see which one we're trying to make? It's from another module on this, from this modded community, a very old module. It starts with an S. Can anyone tell? Shapeshift. As you can see from the forward 1 and whatnot, and then this diagonal curve, and then going 4 across, and then doing the RT 30 degrees, and going forward 4. Our next direction should be RT 120, which gives us into this next down position, which LT 98 is wrong because there are no curves. Well, except for these two little curves here, which we already went through one of them. So I'll comment this out. Next should be, if we're looking at this now, we don't need the grid drawing anymore. If we're looking at this, we should go forward 16, which we do, then RT90. So we're going to go clockwise. Yep, that looks about right. RT30 basically gets us right back into that straight line groove. Then I'm going to go forward 4. Okay. And then we're going to do RT90, so we're facing this way now. And then we have forward 4, which shouldn't be it. I bet this is a bug. Yep. So next we're doing LT94, which is a 1 ratio. Then we should go, okay, RT90, so we're facing this way. Our forward 4 is just 1 space, because remember, we're on a scaling of 4. Then we have RT 150, which shouldn't be right. So we're going to comment this out, which should be our last bug. Our soft module. So for diffuser and expert, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't have a solid plan for diffuser expert. Mostly I've been just going back and forth with the drawing and telling the command and whatnot. As you can see here, I've been going back and forth with the module. So maybe a little bit of back and forth action between diffuser and expert would be the best approach to it. Otherwise, the expert can give you all the commands, which is not efficient. At least to me, it's not efficient. I'd rather first have the diffuser look at all the commands and see if he can give me a scale. And it'll be the diffuser's job to scale everything down. So in this case, my greatest denominator is 3. So we're just going to divide everything by 3 and go from there. So let's move all that. Let's start from here. Okay. So first, 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2. Then we're going to go LT 183. So with a radius of 1, our endpoints, we're going left, so it'll be right here. So all I have to do is a radius of 1, like so. Then LT 90, so counterclockwise, we're facing inwards, even though I doubt that. Then we're going to go forward once. Okay. Then we're going to do RT 90, so clockwise, 90 degrees. Then forward, let's see, 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then LT 90, we're facing this way now. So forward another 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then LT 90, so we're facing up now, which is going to give us forward 3. So forward 3. I bet, yes, I know which one's the bug exactly, because I have an idea what it is. So we're going to rotate LT 90, so we're facing this way, so going counterclockwise. We're going to go forward 1. Then rotate 90 degrees, so we're facing this way, and then forward 1. Then we're going to do LT 180 for 1. So this will give us this. And we're running into each other, which is fine. And we're going to go forward 1 and LT 90 degrees this way, which gives us RT 180. So we're facing this way. We're going to go 180 with a diameter of 1. This would be something like this. Then from this direction, I know that's the wrong direction, but so 12 divided by 3 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then LT 90 facing this way. Now we're going to go forward 2 and do another LT 183. Let's see. This would be going the left, so at least in this case I'll have to go something like this. No, like this. And you'll start seeing a pattern. It's best to look images at a different perspective. Let's rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. You see something very familiar about this? Because I kind of do. It's all about putting two and two together as diffuser expert. So in this case, I'll take a good look and say, this is definitely the shirt. If you take one look between this shirt and this, you can kind of see some type of resemblance between 1 and 2. It has this kind of boxy look with a couple of errors, as always. This kind of roundness over here with this insert sleeve, which is right there. And without this forward 16, this would be the round and up here. This would be the next left arm, and then you have your little curve there. So I know our starting point is right there. So now I'm just going to look at the manual and say, okay, I know where my initial direction is. So we just finished LT 183. So we're facing this direction and whatnot. Then the next one is LT 90. It's like, okay. And the next one's forward 3. Comment out LT 90. Okay. This is forward 3. Forward 1, I mean. Then RT 90. Yes. Then forward 12. LT 90. Yep. Forward 4. Yep. LT 90. Yep. Forward 3. It should be forward 4. Okay, I see. Comment that out. RT 90. Yep. Forward 1. Yep. LT 83. Yep. Forward 1. It should be forward 2. Oh no, forward 2. My bad. Okay. Forward 2. And then LT 90. Okay, so I'm facing downwards. Now RT 183. 181. Yes, because if I'm looking at this, yes, okay. Then forward 12. Comment that one out. And that should be it. So that's like the best I can do with diffuser and expert, because I felt like by doing that, I felt like that's the best way of going at it. Of course, the first part is figuring out which drawing the robot is doing. The second part is editing out those bugs. Of course, that's the best way of doing it. So, and if you strike on a module, it won't reset it. So it'll draw the same image, whatever you like. So I hope all of you enjoyed this tutorial. And until next time, keep talking and don't explode.